friends, for reading again this week, we're going to be looking at and reading some different poems. You'll be doing a lot by yourself, but today Miss Orman has a poem to share with you, and we're going to use our inferencing again. So we're going to have to use our schema and our text clues to think about what's happening in the poem, or maybe what we think is going to happen next, or maybe even why things happen in this poem. And then while we're reading it, you can see if you hear any rhyming words, or maybe you hear some sight words and all of that good stuff, okay? So for the very first time that we read the poem, Miss Orman's gonna read it, so you at home are just going to listen. You're just gonna do what? You're just gonna listen. Very good. And then the second time we read it, Miss Orman will read one line, or well, maybe like one part, and then I'm gonna point to you guys and you can read it. And you can read it to someone in your family, or you can read it to your flat Miss Orman if you have her close by, okay? All right, so let's get started. Today our poem is called Little Red Apple. So I already know from reading the title that this poem is gonna be about a what? It's gonna be about an apple. And what color is this apple? It's red. And now what about the size of the apple? Is it big or small? It's small, or look in the title, it says what? Little, so I know it's a little red apple. Let's see what happens. So remember, you are just listening this time, okay? Here we go, let me read the title again. Little Red Apple. A little red apple grew high in a tree. I looked up at it. It looked down at me. Come down, please, I said. And that little red apple fell right on my head. Oh my goodness, what a silly poem. Let's read it again. So now this time, Miss Orman will read one part, and then I'll point to you at home and you read it, okay? So just listen to me and then you do it after me. Let's read the title. Little Red Apple. Your turn. Very good. A little red apple grew high in a tree. Your turn. Good reading. I looked up at it. It looked down at me. Come down, please, I said. And that little red apple fell right on my head. Very good job. All right, so now here's what I want you to do. In just a second, I want you to pause the video and I want you to write down any sight words that you see. Even you may see a sight word that has a couple of extra letters on the end of it. I'll point to it. So part of that's a sight word, but I want you to stop and write down any sight words that you see, okay? So take a minute and do that. Great job finding sight words. So tell me, what are some of the sight words that were in this poem, Little Red Apple? You saw the word little? Yeah, look, it's in the title, and it's again right here, and it's even way down here at the bottom. Very good. What other sight words? In. Here's the word in. Just one time. Oh, but you also saw the word what? It. Yeah. Here's the word it. Very good. Any other sight words? I and a. Very good. Here's a. And here's a again. Here's the word I. And oh my goodness, you know what Miss Orman just saw? Here was the word it, but look, Here it was again, and Miss Lorman didn't see it the first time. Oh, she was not paying attention. Yes, very good. All right. Oh, and there's the word I again. Any more sight words? Up. Yep, here's the word up. Very good. At and me and my. Oh, let me see. Here's the word at, and there it is again. And there's the word, what's that word? Me. Very good. So if that's the word me, then what's this word way down here? My. Very good. Now, there was a tricky one right here and here. It has a sight word, but at the end it has the letters ED. But if I cover up ED, what sight word is left? Look, you're right. Good job. And then what about this last sight word right here? Said. Very good. All right. So now let's use our schema and our text clues. Remember, text clues are what we learn from reading, and see if we can think of why maybe this happened or what we think happened. Think. So from reading the poem, someone remembers, so the apple grew, and then the little boy, oh yeah, he looked up at the tree, or he looked up at the apple in the tree, and then the apple did what? It said that the apple looked down at him. That's kind of crazy. And then the little boy said what to the apple? He said, please come down. And then what happened? And then the apple fell and hit him on the head. Oh my goodness, that is so crazy. So, I have a question for you. Why do you think the apple fell out of the tree? Why do you think that? That's a good answer. That might be why. What else? Oh, I have another good question for you guys. What do you think is gonna happen next? Now that the apple fell out and it hit the little boy on the head, what do you think is gonna happen next? That might happen. I'm not sure. You just have to use your schema and your text clues. So, now that we have finished reading this poem together, you might want to go back and watch it again and listen to Miss Lorman read it again, or maybe you want to read it on your own, and then you have a couple of questions to answer over our poem, Little Red Apple. And then after you answer those questions, you can write down your answers, or you can make a video, but send your answers to your questions to Miss Lorman so that I can see what all you learned from our poem, Little Red Apple, okay? Bye, friends.